Hello and welcome to Rony's Tuesday Fun Race Round 5 of 2021 XFGTI from Aston North. I'm Peter Butcher, you're watching simbroadcasts.tv, and joining me once again in the commentary box tonight, it's Eoin Harmon. Hi Eoin.
Good evening, Pete. How are you keeping? Another event for Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, and it looks like a cracker to me.
Absolutely does look like a cracker. Tonight we are at, as I mentioned, Aston North in the XFG round number 5. Next week, actually, 2 weeks' time, Owen, we are celebrating the 250th RTFR with the FBM at West Hill North, a custom configuration made by Rony. That'll be on Tuesday, the 16th of March. But back to tonight, XFG, Owen. Tell us a little bit about the car.
Yeah, so just about every LFS player should be vaguely familiar with this car, especially if you began from the very beginning on the demo like I did. The XFG, or the XFGTI to give it its full name, has a 1.3 litre inline 4 front engine with front wheel drive, and the power output is 115 brake horsepower, and it weighs 2,076 pounds or 942 kilos. So it's a fairly heavy car, but it brings a lot of fun, a lot of close racing. So I can't wait to see what these large grid of drivers can do with it.
Certainly, Owen. Tonight we had 60 minutes of qualifying. We are 7.5 minutes left to go in the session, actually, around this 5.2 kilometre, 3.2 mile circuit. 16 corners, a lot of corners. This track is renowned for having kind of corners of all different types. So, and you've pretty much got every corner you could want. You've got an Eau Rouge style corkscrew that you take downhill. You've got hairpins, you've got tight, twisty sections, and a long, flat-out straight up the hill on the back straight. It's an absolutely fantastic track, even for the lower powered cars in Live for Speed. We're going to enjoy a 13-lap race today, Owen. And how is everyone stacked up in the Drivers' Championship so far?
Yeah, let's take a look now. It's Team Sidus's Botsy, who has a 1-point lead over his teammate Ricardo. So fantastic opening to the campaign for Team Sidus. But Nico Pantola, aka Unite, has got himself tied for third place with Mandula. And then Yanni Catilla has 5th place all to himself. So plenty of drivers will also be snapping at those heels, hoping for a big result today. The Teams Championship, it is absolutely Team Sidus on the ascendancy, but Race Green Auto Sports are giving it their best shot to catch them up. And our sponsors, World Class Lions, who are helping fund this competition and the prizes. They occupy 3rd place on 100 points exactly. Born to Race have 4th place on 75 points. And our very own Sim Broadcast TV have 48 points. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. I think it's time for us to head to the track, Owen, and see how the drivers are getting on in the qualifying session.
Yeah, so the time to set your laps is going to be a lot longer. We have a 2-minute 30 by Yanni Catilla. That's the benchmark. So the drivers will only have 2 more attempts if they're exiting pit lane at this stage. We're having a look at Texas here. He had a quiet time on the Tuesday's Fun Race XL edition in the UF1s, but in the XFGs, I think he'd be keen to make up places. 14th is his current best. So he has another humorous livery. I need to take a closer look at that. Quite catch what the punchline of it is.
No, not sure. But anyway, it looks like we've got a number of cars on the grid now. A number of cars similar to last week. In fact, I'm not quite sure of the number of qualifiers we've actually got, but we're currently watching Moncho, who's sat in P42. So yeah, lots and lots of drivers once again attending Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. Great to see. Argentina Turismo driver Moncho there, 42nd place, needing to improve to get into the top 40. Only the top 40 drivers will be competing.
Indeed, yeah, he needs to find another second if he's going to stand a chance of making the top 40. Ricardo on our screens now is only 5th. So given how extraordinarily well Team Sidus have done, it's a major jaw dropper to see them in 5th. And there's no sign of Botsy for the championships growth. So Ricardo on his own today, as things stand.
Yeah, he's once again trying to do the job for Sidus P5. Pretty respectable, I have to say. Yeah, only a handful of less than a second off Yoni Katilla's stunning pole position lap at the moment. He's half a second faster than young Tommy B. Last year we were calling him Gentleman, but apparently Gentleman is his team. Young Tommy B is what YTB stands for, unbeknown to me until now. So there we are. Magic P17. He's doing quite a slow outlap by the looks of it. He's pulling over actually on the back straight there, so that's a bit unusual. Who else have we got out on the track? Here we have one of the MRC drivers on the back straight in a lovely red Marlboro inspired livery there. Yet to set a time by the looks of it. Or maybe, yeah, yet to set a time. So let's see how he gets on.
Yeah,
Very
I'm looking
committed.
at Unite here, Pete. He's 11th, so his championship bid has to begin from 11th unless he finds the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds to improve that time. It'll be very difficult going if you're going to be in the mid pack. Lots of potential chaos with all these hairpins awaiting you. And Migfa, 30th place for him. And Spiky now on camera has 4th place. That's an excellent result for Born to Race.
Yeah, Born to Race had a strong showing last week, but none of their drivers really managed to get into the top couple of places. Spiky, Ayub, and Twin Cam were around about there, but yeah, Spiky well inside the top 5 there with P4 currently. 2 minutes left to go. Can anyone else get up into that top spot, or is Yoni Katilla going to run away with it?
So here's Kid in P33. He will. He has a tenth of a second, separates him from a few drivers. So if he can avoid the traffic there, just one driver going wide at turn 7, I believe it was. So he's going to have to push hard through this next chicane, or sorry, turn 10. Yeah, turn 10. That's the one. It's so long ago since our major TBO challenge endurance race. So it's hard to remember exactly the track map, but now it's come into my mind. So my teammate from GT2 Challenge is Steve Martin, and he is 27th. Very impressive time there too, 33.27. So that should safely get him through to the main event.
Yeah, he should safely be in. Someone who needs to improve is this man, X-Toff, 42nd at the moment. So many drivers trying to set laps in this session. It's great, but yeah, only 40 spots up for grabs. Who's going to get onto the grid? Redbot's certainly going to get onto the grid with a 2-minute 33.38.
Here's a look at Elmo, again, one of our SBTV representatives. He's only 35th for his, I'm sure he'd be wanting to do better than that.
Yeah, well, he's picked up a little bit of a draft now.
Yeah, this could help him out down the
Or
middle
not.
backstretch.
That car not really wanting to get out of the way. He might be on the lap as well. So anyway. Climbs, another driver we've seen plenty of this season. Currently just outside the top 20 as we approach the 0 mark, Owen. We've got 5 seconds left in the session. So anyone who's on a lap now can finish it, but there will be no time for any more laps now. We are at 0 minutes in the session. It's quite a long lap, 2.5 minutes. So we're going to have a fair wait to see who's going to be coming across the line last. But anyway, Climbs currently doing well, more than enough to get through, but will he improve on this lap? He's currently 2 seconds off the pole time, which, to be fair, around such a long lap like AS7 is pretty decent. Yoni Katilla is a bit of an alien, and as you can see by his qualifying time, he's the only driver sub 2 minutes 31.
Yeah, that's a mighty showing. But some drivers will be setting personal bests around this track. It might be the first time they've run the XFG at Aston. We certainly welcome them having a go. Texas has set a 146.95 third split, and there's the final split to go. See if he can climb into the top 10.
Well, here comes Climbs. He's just been knocked down a peg, but yeah, let's see.
Yeah, unintended pun.
Yeah, it was a good one. Across the line comes Climbs and improves to the top 20, just ahead of Fragmaster's Number. I'm quite surprised to see Number so far down the list, but surely he'll improve in the race. I'm pretty confident of that. Let's see who else we've got. Michael comes across the line sideways with style. P15 for him, it looks like. Timu Soini has qualified P18. So yeah, we just need to wait a few more moments for everyone to come across the line before we have our complete list. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be set for another stunning race in Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. We are blessed with another huge grid. And for some drivers, Owen, it's too little too late. We are not going to see all of the drivers who have set times on the grid.
Yeah, I'm looking at 7-9 for MJC. This is the last dash hurrah, but his one and only time is at 2:39.14. Not enough to qualify.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. Okay, so I think that is all of the times that we are going to get, Owen. So let's have a quick look at the full results of the session. And just a word of warning, there are a lot of them. Take it away, Owen.
Yeah, deep breath. Let's take it away with pole sitter Yanni Catilla. 2 minutes 30.98 gives him a very comfortable pole over Gentleman YTB, representing the team Gentleman there. Spikey is just behind there in third position, and it's Leo on the second row there, doing very well. Ricardo will be disappointed with only fifth, but certainly there's plenty of time to gain a few spots and maybe win the race, with Stankas Medaugas taking sixth place. Quinteros, Ayub, Kossi, and Fadas have the top 10, with Unite, Twin Cam, Mandula, Texas, Michael, Yari Catilla, Magic, Timu Soini, Climbs, and Number. They fill out the top 20. And we're not done yet. Another 20 to go, starting with AS Jas, I think that name is. That's 21st place on a 2:32.7. Yaroslav Donalik, Vec, Dante, and Stephen Martin have positions 22 to 25. Jamin, Geraloco, Kid, Redbot, and Born to Race's Iva, I think that is. They're completing the top 30. Then we have Migfa, Rony himself, Jocks, Tehemwili, that's an unusual name,
Yeah, good
and
luck with that one.
Chameleon. SBTV's Elmo has 36th. That's
Yeah,
a lot of
good luck with that one. Yeah,
countdown player consonants and verbs has 37th. Telha, Expaluski, and Bumshasnarsi occupy the final positions. So
we love Rony's Tuesday Fun Races. You're not done yet, Owen. There's another one.
No, we have to give credit to our remaining entrants who unfortunately don't make the top 40. They are Alicio Ramito, Xtoff, Moncho, LG Mies, Temperato, Benja M, and 7-9.
Well, round of applause, Owen. That was a good effort. Yeah, lots and lots of names. So we'll see what's going on. Alrighty, Owen. That has rounded out qualifying. How long have we got till the race? 6 minutes to go, folks, until the beginning of our race this afternoon. So yeah, let's take a look at what else we've got coming up on simbroadcasts.tv in the next couple of weeks. This weekend we have the Wayports Racing League, which is a series we are organising for Wayports, which is an exciting project. So you can feel free to check that out at 2 o'clock UTC over on the Wayports Racing League YouTube channel. More details about that on our website, simbroadcasts.tv. Also exciting news, we have the return of the NDR GT2 Challenge in 2 weeks on this weekend on Sunday the 7th of March. That'll be round 5 from Fern Bay Classic in the GT2s, of course. Owen is again attempting to get on the grid for that, aren't you?
Indeed. I don't know if lightning will strike twice, but I'll have to give it my very best shot. It's my only chance.
But yeah, join us for that on Sunday. Hopefully Owen will be with us in the commentary box. I always like to say that, but anyway. And then in a couple of weeks' time, we are taking our first foray into iRacing with the SMRC, the Scottish Motor Racing Club's Esports Racing Spring Cup. And that'll be from Road Atlanta, the full course in iRacing. And I think we have a trailer, so enjoy. So yeah, Sim Broadcasts are making their debut in iRacing, presenting the SMRC Esports Racing Spring Cup by the Scottish Motor Racing Club at Road Atlanta Full Course in iRacing in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be awesome. Back to tonight's action, Eoin. How long we got? We've got 4 minutes to go before the start of the session, so I think we ought to do another rundown of the championship standings, if you wouldn't mind.
Gladly prepare that for you now, Pete, and viewers. So have a reminder now, with Botsy not on the grid today, has championship lead with 72 points. Ricardo has the best chance to leapfrog his teammate. He has just a 1 point deficit as things stand. Unite, also known as Nico, is tied for third place with Mandula. Yanni Catilla on pole will also be licking his lips. He's got a great opportunity here. Maybe he can push all the way to third place overall, you never know. And Ayub, Falcon, Kid, Yari Catilla, and Heraloco are your top 10. Yaroslav Donalik, Trespasser, Kossi, Spiky, Doni, Arska, Young Tommy B, who was called Gentleman YTB. If you're not sure, that's one I nearly forgot myself. Michael, Redbot, and Adam are the top 20. And then we have a few more drivers. Manu Kwaska.
Manu
Kassa, excuse me, yeah, 21st. Right. Magic, Koivunen, and Twin Cam are also in the top 24 there. As for the Teams Championship, it's Team Sidus leading the way on 144 points. Race Green Autosports will do their best to catch up, just 27 points behind in second. World Class Lions, more opportunities for them. With the pole sitter, they have 100 points. Born to Race are 25 points behind there in fourth. Our very own Sim Broadcast TV are fifth, with Master Race Car, Fragmaster, Alma Course, and Fortunato Racing Team also classified in the championship.
Brilliant, thanks for that, Eoin. Right, so we've got 2 minutes to go, roughly, before we get going for this one. And yeah, we have... Oh, goodness me, that was a shocker. We've got, 13 laps of racing and 16 corners thrown at the drivers today. It's an awesome track, absolutely fantastic in the XFG, and plenty of drama down into turn 1, Eoin, as the drivers throw the car around 3 hairpins to start the lap. It's going to be surely exciting with 40 cars once again thundering down to turn number 1.
Yeah, and if they can get through that, they'll have a wide range of sweepers to negotiate. Turns 5, 6, and 7 are a particular highlight. And then they have long straights awaiting them in Sector 3 before the final carousel downhill dive, and then one last hairpin to complete this extraordinary lap of 3.2 miles or 5.2 kilometers.
Yeah, and as far as I'm aware, because of the latest patch in Live for Speed 0.6V released at the weekend, we are going to be treated to some potentially smoother watching, because the packet rate to the cars has been increased by 50%. Sorry, 100% in fact. So yeah, we'll be seeing hopefully a lot smoother action up and down the field, which will be awesome. So thank you very much to the devs, I guess, for that. Improving all the time. Can't wait to see how it looks on a stream. The first time we will have run a high packet rate stream. So yeah, fun times ahead, I'm sure. Let us know what you think in the comments and the chat as we go through the race. Let's see how this goes. New territory for all of us, and we are moments away then from the start, Eoin.
Yeah, it's a massive week in the history of LFS. Like, the game is a very much passion project for developers and the people who continue to play along and put in the miles for hot laps or the races that we're going to broadcast. So hopefully we have an excellent one to mark the dawn of 0.6V. And one last thing before I forget, we have more of Pilo's trivia that will indicate 249 events now for Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. And of those 249, 4 of them have been competed at AS7. But then AS7 reverse is more popular. That was ran 5 times. The X or G had a turnout in the 70th event. Lipen X won that at AS7 reverse, and the 159th was won by Mika. The 15th running of the next FG. This is the 15th time we've run one. The last of those was the 229th. That was RD who won that time at South City. Botsy has won the most times Aston with 6 out of 53. So he'll be hopefully watching on, see who's going to catch up to his total today. But it's Born to Race Fast who has the most wins in XFG. And the driver average for an XFG is 20.9, but that's going to shoot up. So we'll now move on to the grid. The drivers are now putting their clutches flat to the floor, and the lights are on. Oh, what a getaway for them. Now it's green, green, green. The run down to the first hairpin. Yanni Catilla has the lead over Spiky, and he plays sensible defense. Watching now for Rick Ardle, who's gained some places, but he's taken a bump. Stankus runs to the outside, and that's his P3. Now we have another hairpin coming. Nice and clean again. Ayub and Faras on the tail of Quinteros.
The amount of cars, it's unreal, isn't it?
It's extraordinary, yeah.
how many cars we've got. But Yanni Catilla has made a fantastic start, has retained his lead, and Spiky with a great launch up into P2. Rick Cardle also doing a good job. We've got some action down the grid. Look at them all as they file through the hairpin. 5 wide. Got Migfa in the middle there. Just an absolute swarm of cars. But I have to say, it's looking pretty smooth out there, isn't it?
Yeah, just one car seems to be struggling a bit. That's Bumshasnari down the very back, but there's still time for him to catch up. And Talha, again, having another look at one of his opponents.
Yeah, it's all going off down the order, but at the front, Yanni Catilla streaking away. It looks like Stankus is going for a move, or trying to line up Spiky, actually, as we head through into the middle sector of the lap. There could be a run on the back straight, and Rick Cardle's looking like he wants a bit of a taste of that as well.
Yeah, and we have a Kid in 23rd place at the minute, but the crucial championship standings for Unite in particular, he'll want to get away by Cozzy. Just out of your shot there with Spiky's rear view. He has the driving school instructor there.
so good, I like it. On board with Stankus now as he runs up the home straight. This is a move on for P2 in the race. There is action going on further back, but we're going to keep our eyes on this battle as they go side by side up the hill. This is not a place where you really want to be on the outside. You have to rely on the trust of the guy on the inside. That's Spiky in this instance. They're going to try and do it side by side. Spiky manages to retain it, and that's let Rick Cardle close up a little bit, Owen.
Yeah, and Unite has made a mistake. He has found a way past Cossie. Other drivers are cutting the first chicane as well, downhill for the corkscrew carousel, whatever you want to call it. Looks okay, but mistakes there will be very costly, and a beautiful overhead shot.
Look at all the cars.
2 or 3 wide, yeah, 2 or 3 wide there.
Oh, and there's contact with the tyres there, and someone's losing a number of positions on the outside.
Donnelly's Skoda Fabia. It's used to the off-road, but I'm afraid it doesn't have the appropriate tyres on for that kind of carry on.
He's getting mugged down the home straight now. Look, he's been just passed by absolutely everybody. And someone else who's losing places is Quinteros, who's gone into the pit lane for some reason. Anyway, Yanni Catilla, fastest lap. Spiky close behind, has somewhat dropped Stankus. So something's happened between them, Stankus and Spiky, because Stankus is now well outside the... he's down to P5, put simply.
That's a horrible moment. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen a run for potential victory here, but it's not going to happen as of yet. Magic on the inside, but his traction, it's going to suit him just about. Yeah, so Yari Catilla right behind, barely an inch between them.
Yeah, no room there at all.
Yeah.
Gary once again trying to get past past Magic on the sweepers here. It's really difficult to get past, especially here through these corners. They'll have to line him up and go for a move elsewhere. Awesome amount of zoom on these new cameras. Again, another addition in the latest round of test patches in Need for Speed. We've been able to get you super close-ups of these guys, which is actually brilliant. But yeah, fights up and down the field, Owen.
Yeah, where do you pick? Jamin and Donnelly battling away in front of Rony. They have 26th to 28th at the minute. But so close. You're going to see a lot of cars in this wide angle shot, but it's Stankus to take the attention now. Another attempt at an overtake on a Born to Race car, but it's Ayub this time.
Yeah, it's Ayub this time. He's going to try it again on the outside. This is a complete carbon copy of lap 1. Here we go. Side by side as they come up to the Eau Rouge corkscrew section. And it looks like it's going to be... Oh, Stankus holds it around the outside. There is contact. Oh, and he's lost a bit more time there. That's going to open the door up to Badass behind him.
Yeah. Well, the front-wheel drive, it did come to suit Stankus there. Without it, he surely would have been pitched into a spin. But understeer City as it's now Fadass's turn for a slipstream. Climbs has timed out. That's dreadful luck. Climbs out of the running now. Just timed out all of a sudden.
Down to 39 drivers in this race. As Quinteros, after going down the pit lane, is only in P19, which is quite remarkable. Going for a move there on Steve Martin. Across the line side by side they go. And it does in fact look like Stankus is going to lose out to, or has lost out to Fadass then. Now defending from Nika Pantola, Genar Unite, who himself is in a battle with Cozzy, as it turns out.
Yeah, they've been together since the first lap, and they'll have to continue showing each other due respect, because there was a slight moment they got together at the chicane, but they survived it. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Race Green
teammates. Yes, perfect timing, Pete. It's Mandula and Magic side by side for Race Green Auto Sports.
That's the first time I've ever seen those two wearing a similar livery.
Yeah, they finally paid attention to your desires.
Yeah, I mean it's still different from Rony's livery, but you know, one day they might turn up in a uniform. We can, you know, I mean, to be fair, we can't actually tell them apart now.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. It's NASCAR rules for Race Green. Everyone has a different paint scheme, but yeah, you can tell it. We'll have to concentrate on the double view here. You can't just assume, oh, it's one teammate when there are two. And Jared Loco in a Ford Rally Sport car just behind them as well.
Actually driving for Argentina Turismo today, yeah, but yeah, driving an FRS skin, which is a bit weird, but anyway, there we go. Magic is trying to line up Mandula. And is he going to go for the move? Oh, he's going to try it. This is going to unsettle both of them, I think. And, oof, yeah, okay. Backs out at the last minute a little bit. But you don't really want to send a move there at the best of times, let alone on your teammate. It's often a place where you can slow each other down. It's not going to stop him up into the corkscrew, though. Mandula didn't fancy defending this position. And Magic will have a pretty easy job of it if Mandula lets him through. They're going to go in side by side, but no, Mandula has let that one happen. Magic has moved up into P12.
Rony is side by side. Can he hold on to this position?
That's with Iva.
Iva, yeah. No, it doesn't look like it, but right behind.
Yeah, Migfa under attack.
Migfa there.
Dante. Another Argentina Turismo driver. Having a go at very experienced driver, Migfa. Stankus is getting involved in the action again. He's trying to get the place back on Fadass at the front. That's Ayub up ahead. So having said in the pre-show that B2R were struggling last week to get really high up the list, yeah, two of them inside the top 4 at the moment.
Yeah, that's definitely what they'll be aiming for. But Catilla's lead is about 2 seconds. That's a lot for these cars.
Yeah, but Spiky coming under pressure then.
Yeah, that's going to cause more headaches. Rick Hardle, he knows the championship is his to benefit from. If he can just get the maximum points he can, it'll be his time on top ahead of Botsy.
absolutely will. Dante going for a move on Elmo, the Argentina Turismo driver driving the pink car. Not able to get it done. Elmo sticks it around the outside, and here comes Rony. Rony will fancy that place, forces the car alongside, runs onto the grass. In fact, all the car on the grass there. Definitely not the best way around that corner, and that will let Dante ahead for now. Wow, really surprising to see Rony taking to the grass there, and that's Chameleon going for an ambitious move. Decides better of it at the last second. Great to see
Yeah,
the
Elmo
battles.
won't like me for saying it, but I saw him make a mistake at turn 16 to conclude the lap, and Iva and Migfa both made their way past, so that's frustrating for Mo. But
Stankus is
Dante,
back past
yeah.
Fatas.
Oh,
And yes, Dante leads this battle. Rony's is under attack again by Chameleon. Chameleon forces the gap on the entry. No contact so far. And they'll be side by side into the left-hander onto the back straight. Side by side behind as well. That's Thimuli and one of the Lutskis. Rony goes very wide there, in
Rony.
fact. Yeah, off onto the gravel. And going to lose a load more places. I think that's going to be the Mooley coming through then. Yep, off he goes. Twin Cam and Michael are battling side by side. Owen into the corkscrew. This is going to be ugly unless they can sort it out. Oof, that was close.
Twin Cam, that was a full-on cricket throw there. Went right for the stumps and he survived it. But now it's Texas on the inside. Oh, he tries it and he's got it.
Yeah, Texas in that white livery there. He's about to get swamped. It's 3 wide behind. We've got 2 race green cars of Magic and Mandula currently trying to get past. Oh, it's a diamond formation across the line.
Yeah, which way do you want to go? Mandula is the awkward person that diamond. What does he do? Oh, Texas with a real lunge there. That could be extraordinary. But it's Magic now. Off the racing line for this hairpin, turn 2, but then turn 3. If he can pick his spot, he'll be then on the racing line. But Texas, that was bravery personified. Well done.
Yeah, Michael got a little bit mugged there, and so did Yari Katila. Yari's going for a move. Michael going around the outside. Oof, I think Mandula was a little bit shy on the brakes there. He's managed to keep it, but yeah, a little bit weird that. Seeing Michael able to draw quite a long way ahead, but ultimately not able to make the place. So this mid pack is looking pretty fun right now.
Yeah, that's the place to be.
We missed it, Owen. We missed the pass.
Oh,
Cardle's
no.
made it past Spiky at some point in the last lap or two while we were focusing on that mid-pack. There's been a change for P2. Podium has shuffled around, which demotes Spiky to P3. His teammate Ayub is in P4. But yes, Rick Cardle up into P2 and some 3 seconds now behind our race leader, Eoin Katila for World Class Lions.
Yeah, we're having too much fun with the mid-pack. It's sometimes easy to get distracted, but anyway, Spiky will continue the charge as we head to the halfway point.
Yeah, I feel like this race we should have a camera permanently mounted on Stankus' car. He seems to be involved in every battle going. He's currently defending from Genuine Racing's Unite up the back straight. Seems to be the place that he loves getting into scraps this race. Not going to be close enough for a move this time around. Stankus going a little bit defensive as we head up to the corkscrew. The race green teammates are having fun as well with Michael Malek. These guys, they're going to be 3 abreast, aren't they, by the time we get to the top of the hill? Yep, there we go, 3 abreast. I called it. What's going to happen here? Nice top-down view. Michael Malek in that this way up red and white livery. Has he done 2 of them in one go? No, he hasn't. Mandula.
No, not quite.
Magic, sorry, swinging around the outside. So Michael then has separated the 2 race green cars. But that was a great little battle. I like that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's brilliant stuff to see 3 cars going hammer and tongs. Fastest lap, Eoin Katila, 2:31.32. Oh, bit of contact at the final turn. That's Jas and Jamin.
Yeah, another spicy battle. There's a Born to Race car in there as well. That's Iva. Is Iva going to make a 3 wide? Well,
no,
actually backs out of it. Yeah. Yeah, Iva experienced shoulders there, not wanting to cause any trouble. There's 2 Argentina Turismo cars together. That's Vec and Yeroloco. Currently P17 and 18, those 2.
Yeah, that should heat up as the laps pass by.
Michael's made it past Magic, so he's made it past the two race green cars who, yet again, are side by side. Seems to be their permanent state at the moment, holding each other up. And look who's behind them. Someone who I thought might have actually made some gains in this race. It's FM Number, who is climbing the ranks. He started around about P20, I think, and he's up to P14. And look at his view now. He's got a sea of green ahead of him.
Yeah, nice on-board shot. We'll see the improved frame rate for them. You can see smoother actions on the wheel for the driver.
Yeah,
Mandula gets a little slide. That's going to distract Number. He has to go to the outside line for turn 11 now.
Yeah, it's noticeably better, isn't it? Noticeably smoother. As there's contact between Number. Yes, and Jari Katila sticking his nose in there as well. As we head through onto the back straight once again. Jari Katila and Number are going to be all over each other. It looks like the race green cars have separated slightly. Here comes Jari on FM Number. Is he going to back out of it? I think he has already, hasn't he? Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's going to let Number do the work here. Oh,
yeah,
what a...
That's too committed. Committed. I mean, you love to see it, but yeah, ultimately... Oh, man, he almost managed to keep the place. You'll have to give it back, because you can't overtake someone off the track like that.
I mean, cost Mandula now. You have to give that back.
Numbers essentially cut the corner, and Mandula's going to lose 4 places as a result of that. That's a little bit cheeky. What's Number going to do here? Is he going to keep it?
Well, he has to let Jari through at the minimum.
I mean, that's quite funny.
Mandula.
Oh, poor Mandula. Look at him. His Magic's disappeared off ahead. Now Number lets them through. There we go.
Yeah,
so,
that's probably fair.
Fair play. But Mandula's going to be livid. Well, he's going to have to try and get past. Who's that ahead of him now? Quinteros, Jari. And yeah, you can see how far ahead Magic's managed to get. Thanks to all of that. Numbers back down to P18. Almost back to where he started.
Yeah, that's going to frustrate him a lot.
Here we go. As we look back from Jari Katila, he's got a lot of cars who want to get past him right now. That's Quinteros right up his rear bumper. Behind that, it's Yaroloco. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. Jari going to be under all sorts of pressure through the sweepers. It's not traditionally a place you see overtaking. But, yeah, people have been using some uncharacteristic moves in this race already. Especially Number on that last lap, who decided to cut the entirety of the right-hander off the back straight. Maybe, Eoin, you can find me the actual number of that corner.
This would be turn 7, wouldn't it? Yeah, they'll be heading towards sector 2 now, so...
Here comes Mandula. Okay, so Mandula's defending hard again. 2 Argentina Turismo cars are deciding to hold each other up now. And it's kind of status quo at the front, Eoin. The top 5 are very equally separated at the moment. The gap's around about 2 to 3 seconds. 4 seconds, actually, between Ayub and Spikey. But yeah, no real battles going on up front.
Yeah, they've made a grand old getaway.
Closest to those guys appears to be between Kozzy and Stankus. Stankus down to P7. He had a pretty good start, but he's been gradually losing places ever since. Not quite sure how or why. Probably just going for battles that didn't end up yielding fruit in the places where he needed to make them work. As we've got Steve Martin and Kidd having a battle on their hands.
Yeah, they've been close for the entire running of this lap.
And Rony's got a 3-wide almost on his hands. That's who's that? It's Elmo, Chameleon, and Rony. And who's that in the background? That's
Jas is off at the corkscrew.
Elmo trying to go around the outside down the corkscrew. Contact. Will we go? Oh, now he misses the tyres. That was a little bit too close. Maybe we'll try and go for a move back into the final corner as there's a car going for a lunge behind. Oh, it's contact. It's a bit scrappy. Bit desperate dives. We got a car spearing off to the left there. That was
Lusky
and Themuli. Tehemuli. A mouthful.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Chameleon on the defensive, or on the attack rather, and the outside. And that's Lusky who goes back through. Yeah, more contact. It's a bit like wacky races at the back here.
Yeah, that's certainly a strong observation. Drivers have a lot more corners to negotiate though, rather than the 2D element that wacky races was.
Absolutely, yeah, that's true. Fair enough. That's a good observation, Owen. Chameleon into the third hairpin ahead for now, and yet more contact front to rear between these two. Johnny Catilla leads the race as he comes to the end of lap number 8. He has the fastest lap of the race, and he's some 4 seconds almost ahead of Rick Cardle for Sidus, who, unless he has a shocker, will be leading the championship after this round. Then it's Spikey in P3, followed by his teammate Ayoub El Hanouni. Then we've got Unite for Genuine Racing in P5. Kozzy, who has been slowly gapping, actually, Stankus. He's been pulling away, opening that gap a little bit. Fadass behind in that nice grey and white livery is in P9. Sorry, P8. Then it's Twin Cam for Born to Race, who, if he can finish there, will make it 3 Born to Race cars inside the top 10, Owen. And Texas, who had a very dramatic start to the race, finishes. It's currently running in P10.
Yeah, I know his livery now. What it is, it's the vibing cat, just stretched out all over his front door. So there you are. We're now looking behind Elmo's view, and that's
Thehemuli behind it for
yes.
the ZFRL team. Tell you what, there's a few mouthfuls in this grid, Owen, tonight.
Indeed, there is. Yeah, you have to be very careful how you read them out, otherwise you're going to stumble, get your tongue tied.
Absolutely. Yarrick Tiller and Quinteros almost side by side across the line. In fact, it will be down into turn 1. This is a battle just outside the top 10, and you can see that the race screen cars are actually closing up together again. They've got this battle in between them. Magic leading the race screen trio tonight. In fact, there's 4 of them, isn't there? Because Redbot's there somewhere. Slightly further down the order, actually. Redbot's down in P38. So Magic currently holding the race screen honours in P12. Then this battle that we're watching, Yarrick Tiller versus Quinteros. Yarrick Tiller driving the world-class Lions car here. Oh, and there's contact.
Out of
That's going to let Mandula through. Here comes Mandula. He's going to be in between them. Okay, so Mandula makes a place because of that contact. And yeah, he'll want to get past Yarry quickly so that in the last 3.5 laps that we've got here, 4.5 laps, my mistake, Mandula can catch up to his teammate again and have a bit of a fight.
Yeah, there is enough time for one last race clean battle there. It's Mandula having a think, but I don't think he's going to do it. But now Vec has a battle with Number.
He does indeed. Number wanting to get back up the grid after a bit of a squabble across the grass a couple of laps ago, as it looks like Mandula's going for going defensive on Quinteros.
Yeah, that means Yarrick Tiller did find his way through.
Yarry had been there the whole time. It's just they had a squabble, didn't they? Coming out of the third hairpin, and they were forced wide. Mandula got past Quinteros, but not quite alongside Yarry. And now that gap's opening up on the back straight.
Yeah, it's making a big difference, alright, for Mandula. We'll see what Quinteros can do.
Oh, we've got contact. Number's been involved, probably with Vec. Yeah, we've got Vec off as well, both of them. Big damage on the right rear of Number's car. So these two have had a coming together on the straight by the looks of it. That's an odd place to see. That's actually promoted, I think that promoted Kid and Steve Martin as well as a few other drivers. I think Yaroslav Donnelly, Born to Race Ivor as well, was promoted. And we've got a car off. Who's that?
It's Kid. It's Kid.
Kid off in the wall, so it's all going off in the midfield as he rejoins actually in front of Number, just behind then.
Mikva won't be able to pounce on that, unfortunately. Kid made his presence felt there. Rony is just out of shot, but he's actually side by side with Dante. have a look now. Yeah, perfect timing. Rony is going to claim the first turn for himself, but a counter attack from Dante. Oh, the grip of the front's just not quite in Dante's favor. But I'm sure he's going to try again at the third corner. He's going to get the exit. He will be diving at him now at this point, Pete, if he's going to do it. No. But he does give him a nudge.
Yeah, friendly love tap there, pushes him off onto the grass. Rony will, give a horn. It's almost like we're writing the script here. Dante
Puppet
goes around the
masters.
outside, a bit of a bump and pass there. Rony won't be happy with that, let's be honest. Yeah, let's
It's
see
his
if he gets
series,
him
he
back.
can write the rules.
He can write the rules. Let's see what goes on here. Rony's a clean driver. He's not going to take Dante out, but he won't be happy with him, that's for sure. That was a nice move. pretty wild sideways, and goes onto the grass on his own this time. Hits the wall, and Dante will say thank you very much again, and they exchange horns once again. Oh, Rony's going for a send. Oh, contact.
Deary me. Oh, and there's been a contact at the back. It's our countdown player against Alessio.
Yeah, this is
Ramito.
They've made an absolute name and a half. I don't even want to.
I'll just call them the countdown player.
Yeah, what is the username of that fella? Let's give this guy a name. Owen, help me out.
Foige.
Yeah, what's the username though?
Oh, sorry.
While Owen finds that out, we'd really like to give this guy a name. That is
way too slow.
Yeah, way too slow. Okay, well actually,
we'll call way too slow.
Okay. Perhaps if he doesn't want to use that name in game, he should have picked a better username. But anyway, let's see.
Mashing the keyboard, maybe his pet inspired the username or something.
Elmo's having a bit of fun, as is usually the case when Elmo's in a race. He's currently fighting with Chameleon and Jox. This is the battle for last place honours in the top 30. Elmo currently trying to get past Chameleon on the inside, down into turn 1. We do, in fact, have 3 laps to go in this race. As Elmo makes the move initially, Chameleon will try to get him back on the exit, but as we head towards the second hairpin, Elmo has the advantage on the inside. And Chameleon will try the same thing again. Runs onto the grass and won't have a run this time. Elmo up to P29. But that battle surely is going to rage on until the end, Owen.
Oh, that's certainty, Pete.
Ivor side by side with Jamin. Jamin driving that rather sandy-looking XFG there. This is the battle for the last place in the top 20. Born to race Ivor currently occupying that spot and defending hard from Jamin there. As we look back again to Chameleon and Elmo, a little bit of rubbing there through the... I think there was a little bit of rubbing through the first part of the sweepers. I'm hearing a yes in my ear, so there we go.
Yeah, first-hand account.
Yannick Attila then, what a lead he has. 4 seconds over Rick Cardle for Team Sidus. Then it's Spiky and Abe, very close once again. But yeah, Unite he is closing in on this battle actually. Only 7/10 of a second between Unite and Abe. There may yet be a change in the top 5 before the end of this race. Speaking of changes, look what's happening between the 2 Race Green teammates at the front, Owen.
I've been watching this one. Yeah, Quinteros is trying to split them apart. It was a mistake by Magic at turn 12, I think it was. Oh, and you can feel the wobble for Magic.
I don't know what's happened here. I really don't know what's happened because Mandula's somehow managed to be ahead of Magic and Yari Katilla's miles in the lead. So what's happened here, Owen, is that Magic has lost a bunch of places somewhere because Magic was ahead of Yari. So at some point, Magic's had a shocker and has dropped down behind his teammate again. So yeah, we didn't see that. Apologies, but yeah, Magic's had some sort of incident and that's dropped him way down the order.
Indeed, we'll just have to see if Quinteros can get him on the outside of turn 2.
Yeah, Magic has damage to the rear left of his car, so he's had someone in the back of him at some point, I think.
Yeah, we can certainly make that estimate. That's what's happened to him.
That's my best guess at this point. Not entirely sure what's happened there. Anyway, it does mean that the race green teammates are together again. Quinteros surely going to go for a move on Magic at some point. He's been knocking 9 bells out of the race green teammates all race long.
Yeah, it's going to remain close until the end.
Yeah, the end is nigh. We have a lap and a half to go. Rony Catilla still having a very strong lead. He's been completely unchallenged this race, though, and he's some 3.7 seconds ahead of Rick Cardle, who will take over the lead of the championship after this race, we assume, with Botsy not being on show. We're watching the battle for P14, though, between Quinteros and Race Green's Magic, who had some sort of incident a couple of laps ago, which dropped him down the order. Seems to be the closest battle in the field at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, Rony and Dante are close again.
Quinteros is going for the move. Here we go. This is what I was waiting for. Up into the corkscrew. Quinteros on the inside makes the move. That's a classic overtaking place on this lap. He's got it a little bit wrong. Has to take to the grass. Smashes through the polystyrene turn indicator. And it's back to square one for the number 10.
Ricardo gives himself one last ambitious hope of victory at 2:31.27. Brings him the fastest lap of the evening. Yeah, I was just watching Rony and Dante, and it was a slight error for Dante, and he's lost out position. And there's number
drama. I think it was Vec again, actually, because I saw Vec driving offline slightly to the left of Number, and Number's rear track width is such that he's had yet more contact. And I mean, I don't want to pin blame. I didn't see it, but the only car that I saw offline around him was Vec. So I can only assume it was a ding-dong again between the Argentina Turismo and Fragmaster car. And Number, his day gets worse. P25 at the moment.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Oh, Kid!
Oh, Kid! Oh,
Kid
no.
and Migfa going at it. Plenty of side-by-side bumping going on in this race with the little XFGs. The fun car, and doesn't really like going side by side, especially with contact. It's quite a short wheelbase, as we have Stankus once again in a battle this race, and that is Fadas behind him.
Yeah, we have 2 more sectors to go. Yeah, they're already in the penultimate sectors now. Stankus should have the advantage if he can get turn 12 spot on.
Yeah, and Rony Catilla only has a few corners left to go until he will cross the line. And what position will it be in? Will he retain the lead? He has a couple of corners to go. The gap is 3.8 seconds over Rick Cardle. It's been that way pretty much since the start. We have a battle further down. Steve Martin having a go at Yaraloco as we head onto the back straight. But let's turn our attention briefly to a guy we haven't really talked about much this race, Eoin. Rony Catilla, the Finnish driver, is rounding the final corner to take victory, we assume, in the 249th Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, round 5 of the 2021 season. Will in fact go to the world-class Lions driver of Rony Catilla. Congrats to him. He crosses the line with a comfortable lead over second place Rick Cardle. Further down the order, we have battles still brewing. But yes, a fantastic race there from Rony. He controlled the pace completely. It looks like the race green battle is going to go to Mandula as we enter the final corner. They are, they're far enough apart. Mandula does run quite wide there. Spikey crosses the line in P3. Abe finishes P4. Genuine Racings Unite takes 5th place in the end. Cozzy has to settle for P6, and Stankus, after a promising start to the race, finishes in P number 7. Fadass, he had a great race. He carved his way through the field really nicely. He finished in P8. Twin Cam just inside the top 10. 3 Born to Race cars inside the top 10 this week, so very strong running. Texas rounds out the top 10. Michael Malik, unable to make it in this time, finishes P11. Yarikatilla, P12, and then Mandula and Race Screens Magic finishing P13 and P14. And the top 15 rounded up by Quinteros, who had quite a dramatic race, Owen. We'll let the rest of the races finish, and then we'll run down the full order in just a few moments' time. But it looks like we had a good number of drivers finishing there.
Yeah, the vast majority of drivers have made it to the very end of the race. Yannick Tilla did make a very big statement there. He got the fastest lap at 2 minutes 30.98 at the death. And from the moment the race went to green, he had the ideal entry into the first corner against Stankus and Spiky, and there he was unstoppable.
Yeah, he has actually driven past the victory lane, Owen. So he's going to have to do an entire lap and then drive basically another entire sector to get to victory lane. So this could be a long one. So let's watch Johnny Catilla complete another lap. Hopefully he has enough fuel in the car, else that would be a bit embarrassing. He's driving up the back straight now. He'll have to go across start finish again. And victory lane is just outside of the third hairpin. So yes, thank you, Johnny. Maybe he needs to check where the victory lane is next time he decides to drive an XFG in Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. Here he comes down the corkscrew, just doing a victory lap in that lovely Red Bull livery.
Yeah, it looks like a Volkswagen WRC or Rallycross car to me.
Yeah, around the final corner he comes yet again. Just showing off, isn't he, really?
Yeah, this is putting the... Well, I presume the icing on top of the cake, really.
Yeah, we get it. We get it, Yoni. We get it.
Yeah, so Redbot did cross the line. He's the final finisher, a lap down.
I think did Yoni get the fastest lap on the last lap?
Yes,
he did.
I did say
it was his pole time. Lap. It was his pole time.
Pretty much, yeah.
He got his pole time on the final lap.
Yeah,
amazing. All right, here he comes. Finally, while he's doing that, Owen, do you want to run us down the full race results? And I'm sorry again, there are an awful lot of them.
No problem. So
that is wrong. Give me a sec.
It's the wrong order. Yeah, so 38 cars made it to the end there out of the 40 starters. One driver timed out, and I think another might have spectated. So there we go. There are the correct results. Yannick Tilla wins the race at 32 minutes, 55 seconds, 0.61. Ricardo will take the silver medal there, with Spiky completing the podium. Teammates of Spiky is AUP's fourth. Unite completes the top 5. Cossi, Midaugas, Fadass, Twin Cam, and Texas are the top 10. Michael, Yargitilla, Mandula, Magic, Quinteros are the top 15. Yerloco, Yaroslav Donalik, Stephen Martin, Jas, and Iva are the next completed drivers there in the top 20. Following along, we have the remaining runners. We have Yaman, Vec, Mikfa, Kid, Number, Rony, Dante, Yox, Elmo, and Hamuli. They are the top 30. Then Chameleon, Talha, Timu Soini, Romilto, Way Too Slow, also known as the Countdown Player. That's the top 25. Bumsha Snarcy, Moncho, and Redbot are the remaining finishers. But unfortunately, we lost Pavluski and Climbs as results of various problems. So there you go.
Thank you very much, Owen. 40 cars started the race and 38 finished. Good effort. Yannick Attila takes the win in Rony Tuesday's Fun Race 249 from Aston North in the XFG. Congratulations to him for a flawless start to finish victory there. That was fantastic. Rick Cardle, you have to give credit. He put on a good show, finished his P2, and we assume will take over the lead in the Drivers' Championship, adding more points to Sidus's roster with the no-show of Botsy this week. So yeah, good stuff.
Certainly, yeah. And this is a big deal for Yoni. This is the first time he's won Rony's Tuesday Fun Race outside of a GTR car. That's his 4th overall. He won the 214th, the 242nd, and most recently the 248th. So it's 2 in a row, in fact.
Yeah, 2 in a row indeed for him. So yes, that does in fact round out the 5th round of the 2021 season of Rony Tuesday's Fun Race, round number 5 from Aston North. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you can join us next time. The next Rony's Tuesday Fun Race is the XL edition in a week's time over at Aston Grand Prix. So we're sticking at Aston in Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. That'll be in the XRR. That was a track that Eoin chose because he was the runner-up in last week's, the last XL race, and that means that he gets dibs on the combo for that. So that'll be on Tuesday, the 12th of March at Aston Grand Prix in the XRR. The next Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, the main championship, will be on Tuesday the 16th. I've got that wrong. I will have to double check that. I think I've got the wrong dates there. That is my mistake. But anyway, this weekend, coming back to this week, we have New Dimension Racing's GT2 Challenge Round 5 from Fern Bay Classic. And I will just grab the correct dates for Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. What have we got? XL. XL is in fact on the 23rd of March. My mistake. So it isn't next week. It is in fact at the end of the month on the 23rd. Full calendar available at simbroadcast.tv/calendar, or you can check out the full LFS calendar over at lfs.net/leagues. Alrighty, Owen, I think we should wrap up there. Thank you again for joining me. It was awesome. And yeah, I don't know if we can have a few words with Elmo. Does Elmo fancy saying a few words to us in the box here? Go on then, Elmo. How was your race?
Entertaining. Didn't make too many terrible errors. Good racing mostly, aside from a few people cutting chicanes and thinking they can keep their position. But yeah, pretty good.
Did you come a cropper? Did you fly across the grass at any point?
I went wide a bit, but not massively.
Oh, awesome stuff.
I didn't hit anything.
Yeah, you've done all the races this season. How does this one rank?
Fairly part of the course, I think. I didn't do too well progress-wise, but that's because it's this car and I still haven't learned how to drive it properly. But I gained a fair few positions, so not bad.
I mean, you've had the game long enough. You've not really got much excuse, to be honest. But anyway.
I don't drive this car much.
Come on.
Especially with the weird setups you need to make them go fast.
It's just excuses I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well,
racing
I'm
drivers.
a demo man. I played the demo a lot. So
yeah, I played XRT in the demo all the time. So
showing your age there. Back when XRT was a demo car in
back
Liverpool.
before you had to register.
Yeah, back when you had LFS credits in game. Amazing. Anyway, there we go, Elmo. The man responsible for the cameras in Sim Broadcasts, having an interview. Thank you very much. Yes, Owen, we should wrap up here before we get too carried away with ourselves. Thank you everyone for joining us. We hope you can join us next time here on Sim Broadcasts. I've been Peter Butcher. He's been Eoin Harmon. Thank you and good night.
So long.